Before we start our next episode, just wanted to say thank you so much for all the love and support we've gotten through season 1. Now we're on to season 2, and we're going to try to make 2 better than 1. So thanks for your support. We appreciate it. Follow us on Instagram at Skeen, YouTube at Skeen, and our podcast is available on major platforms like Spotify, Odyssey, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. Give us a follow, leave a review, get in contact with us. Let us know what's going on out there, and we would love to talk about it. So thank you so much. And now, on to the show. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Talking That Skeen podcast. I am here in my safe space I call Tree Top Studios. So what's going on, guys? It's been a while. Every time I feel like I record a new episode, I always be like, it's been a while, but I hope you're having a great week. I'm having a good week, actually. So far, so good. So a lot of love, a lot of great conversations, a lot of perspective. But that being said, as we turn the calendar, right, and now we're in October, leaves are changing color, all that cool weather is coming in and stuff like that. Kind of time to reflect. A year ago, me and my homegirl did an episode where she spoke about things that was going on in her home country. She brought me a lot of perspective. She gave me a lot of knowledge. She taught me a lot. News, social media, so on and so forth. You've come across it. They'll put 1 year, 1 year of war, 1 year of whatever, 1 year, blah, blah, blah. Right? But the reality is 1 year of being on TV, being on social media, being on that, being reported from one side of the situation, right? Or the conflict, right? You're only seeing it from one side. Through social media, through Instagram, TikTok, so on and so forth, you've gotten sort of the reality of what's going on, right? So it's been 1 year coverage. That's what I was trying to think. What was the word? 1 year of coverage through your mainstream media. But it's been years and years and years through social media. So the ratio just doesn't make sense, right? Because it's 1 year versus 76 years. 1 year of genocide versus 76 years of suffering. You know what I'm saying? So the ratio is not ratioing. You know what I mean? The math is not mathing. You know what I mean? And it's been a lot of pain. It's been, I'm just trying to play some of the videos that I've seen throughout this whole year, right? And it's just like, and to me, I'm going to put myself in that 1 year because I was given perspective by my partner in crime when we started this podcast. She gave me perspective. She opened my eyes to what was going on. And through daily posts, through coverage, like I said, on social media, through documentaries, so on and so forth, I was given wisdom. I've taken those situations and put them through past histories and how they go hand in hand. The atrocities, the way, the hatred between people for land that it's not yours, right? It's not your land, right? Like you've seen it in some cases, right? Like, for example, there have been cases here in the U.S. where you have a lot of squatters that come in and then just like, they can come here and set up on the backyard and you're done, right? So basically that's what's, that's what has been going on for many, many years. And there was just this video that I remember my homegirl shared. It was a dude from Brooklyn and his dialogue back and forth. My man just came and he said, yo, this is my land, right? And the people that own the land in Palestine. They were like, yo, you bugging out, B. Like, you can't just come in here. And he was like, by divine right or whatever the case is. And I'm like, what? But that's just like history back in the days, right? Like, I'm thinking, we always think about Roman history, right? Or any other type of history where people could just come in and be like, yo, by order of the king or by order of the emperor, this land is ours now, or whatever the case is. And you were like, just like, oh, word, that's what we do. But yeah, so it's just, I'm trying to play in my head some of those videos, atrocities, violence, um, the pictures of before and after. There was one that, I remember my homegirl shared where it was like Palestine in the 20s and 40s or something like that. And it was just beautiful roads, buildings, artwork, mosaics, so on and so forth. And it's stuff that I love, you know what I'm saying? I love going to museums and just taking in culture and learning and this, that, and the other. And then you flip it and now you see it as just total devastation. There's nothing that, like, if a building is standing on a skeleton, that type of thing. But you see people in the streets still having fun. You see people in the streets still smiling. I remember the video of the dude getting a haircut. And we talked about it in past videos. But you continue to see atrocities like that. But even in those atrocities and those violent moments, there's laughter, there's smiles, there's everything, right? So this morning when I was doing my walk and thinking, all right, we're going to talk, I'm going to talk about this in this particular episode. There's this tree. So I'm back in Jersey, right? For those people that don't know, I'm back in Jersey. So I'm here in Rahway, New Jersey. Shout out to everybody in Rahway. I was walking in in Rahway Park, and there's this tree that I always stare at. And I kind of contemplate looking at this tree every time, because back in maybe 2020, 2019, 2020, around that time, this tree was struck by lightning. And obviously, struck by lightning, it kind of dies, right? Boom, the whole 9 yards and stuff. So the people in the park, I guess, trimmed it and just left a little, not a stump, but sort of like, if a tree is, let's say, I'm just going to say 20 stories high, right? They probably left like about 10 and then cut everything off. So it looked barren. It looked gray. At one point, it looked gray because it figured it would be dead, right? So as the years passed by and stuff like that, obviously, I kept looking at this tree like, damn, man, this tree just went through something massive, right? Getting struck by lightning. And every time I made my walk or my run or whatever I was doing in the park, I was always looking that direction. Or if I was walking, I'll walk sort of right in front of it and kind of just stare at it and stuff, right? And going through what I was going through, life's trials and tribulations and stuff like that, I compared myself to that tree, stuff that I was going through. So as I walked around and time passed by, I saw the tree. It didn't look gray anymore. It was turning a little brownish and stuff, like it was coming back to life. And then all of a sudden I move and I go out to North Carolina, right? Then now I come back, obviously, like I said earlier, when we started this episode, it's October, so everything is turning beautiful colors. So I passed this tree the first time I went for my walk here, coming back, and I saw that now it has branches. It doesn't look beautiful like it did at one point, because it's been through a lot. But now it's like it has branches, it has, greenery, and I'm like, no lie, guys. I stood in front of this tree, just standing there, just looking at it like, oh shit, there was life after that traumatic experience that this tree just had. And I'm just staring at it like, yo, we're going to be all right. It's a daily reminder. It's a life reminder that it takes time to do what you got to do, go through what you got to do. So I know in those pictures that I saw back then in the 40s of Palestine and all its glory, with the beautiful artwork, the mosaics and all that, people dressing sharp and all that, That will come. That will come. If you're struggling, if you're going through something right now, just like the tree, you will flourish again. You will come back again. You'll bounce back again. That's just life. When we kind of look back and be like, oh, life is short, man. Life is long, man. You go through a lot of stuff. You see a lot of, we've all seen it. We all seen acts of violence, some more than others. We've seen people get punched in the face, snuffed, as I would call it in the hood. And you've been in those moments of receiving those and be like, dog, what through when you're going through it, yeah, it's you got the trauma, you get everything, right? But years later, you sit down and you be like, yo, that's crazy. That I went through that, I survived it, and I moved on. Just like the tree, man. We gonna be all right. But I guess my whole thing is just today is just don't confuse 1 year of coverage from one side of it to 76 years of suffering. That's crazy. That's 76 years, man. Think about that. Troublesome. That my eyes just got open to it a year ago. I'm still doing my part. Still supporting causes. Still hitting likes on videos. Still trying to make it viewable and accessible to other people that, because if I just got my eyes open to a year ago, yeah, there's a lot of people that are still running around blind. You know what I mean? So hopefully I'm continuing to do my part. But the suffering and everything that I've seen, and then not only that, but on the flip side of that, man, the way cities, countries came together to support the way colleges came together, universities across the country. I remember one time I was driving in North Carolina in one of their main highways, 540, I believe, and I was coming from Durham, going to Raleigh, and I'm driving. I remember it was like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that, and I was driving. And when you're driving on the highway, those little bridges overpaths, right, that you can see people walking them and stuff like that. And I remember driving, and as I'm driving, I see from a distance, I see two people on top, and all of a sudden they unfurl a Palestinian flag, and I'm like, yo, that's what's up. So I had a honk like, yo. Obviously, I wish I had a moonroof in my car and stuff like I usually do, but in the one that I have now, I don't have that, which I miss it so much. So, but anyway, I was just like, hey, trying to, just celebrate, man. Give that moment of just happiness, right? And I remember, I think I don't know if I think I did text Ish or I didn't call her because I knew probably she would be working or something like that. But I remember texting her or something like that about it. But it was just those little moments that I'll be driving, I'll see a sticker that was supporting the cause and stuff like that. So yeah, universities all over the world just supporting, stopping traffic. Like my homegirl Ish and her peoples stopping traffic here in New York City. I was somewhere in Queens or something like that. Queens Expressway or something like that. They was blocking it. People probably pissed trying to get to work. But hey, you be all right. What's up, guys? It's your boy Skeen here, back to let you know and remind you that my co-host Aisha has an amazing poetry book called Treetop Echoes. It is available now on Amazon as well as Barnes and Nobles. So if you're in the market for a new book, please pick it up. You will not be disappointed in this amazing poetry book. So the name of the book, once again, Treetop Echoes, available on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles. Get your copy today. But yeah, man, it's just in in moments of travesty, in moments of like you going through the hardship, you going through this, you're gonna find those people that are there to support you in every way. Like my family has been tremendous. Trying not to get emotional here, but my family has been tremendous. And those are the little things that we look for. Those are those little things that we look for, that we try to surround ourselves with. You know, and it's just like thinking of those some of those pictures and videos of, especially the one with the little girl, man. That one really turned my heart inside out. But there were so many. There were so many, and all you can do is pray. All you can do is pray. But like I said before, in those moments, you kind of turn, and then all of a sudden you see happiness on this side. You see somebody cooking something. You see somebody getting a haircut. You see somebody just smiling. You see a little girl in a pile of rubble playing with a little doll. And it gives you hope. It gives you hope. Because sometimes that's all you got to hold on to is hope. It's funny. As you get older, you kind of, hopefully, you get wiser or you see things differently. So there's a story. Like I remember when I was a young buck, like the winter would come, and I remember, when you're young, you got the t-shirt on, you put on your coat, you about to step outside. Mind you, it's like 20 degrees outside, right? Because it's winter, and you got your t-shirt on, because you got the fit, so you're going to the house party or whatever it was. So you got your t-shirt, you got your leather on, butter soft. You got your hair all up, what I'm saying, gelled out, you know what I mean? And I remember my dad, he would be like, "You're not gonna wear a scarf?" I'm like, "Nah, it's not, because you don't want the lint of the scarf to get on the t-shirt." The little things that we think about, right, when you're young and stuff. So he was like, "Oh, all right." My dad used to look at me and be like, "Yeah, man, one day you're gonna feel the cold, man. The cold is gonna hit you in the bones, and you're gonna feel it." Nah, son, you crazy. So I would take my scarf. Don't get me wrong. I would take my scarf, whatever, put it in my pocket, put you out in the street. You know what I'm saying? Because you're looking nice, you're looking sharp, you smell good, and you're young. And I always remember my dad used to be like, "You're gonna feel it, bro. You're gonna feel it." No lie. You get older, you get wiser, and then there's understanding, right? Because obviously you're getting older and stuff, and you're not in your 20s anymore. But when you go outside, like right now, it's like this morning, it was what, maybe 62 degrees, 60 degrees. Come on, babe. When I was in my 20s, 60, see, I was in shorts and a t-shirt. Like, yo, talk to me nice. Now I'm out here in the sweat. The minute the temperature hits like below 63, I'm in a sweater. I'm in sweatpants. Yeah, that's right. I said it's sweatpants. I'm out here, but you know what I mean? Because I feel it. I start feeling the cold and stuff. So, like I said, shout out to North Carolina because, like, I spent the last winter there, and all I wore was, I think I've said it before, all I wore was hoodies and maybe like a vest or whatever the case is. But I think there was only one time that I wore a coat because it got that cold. But everything else was just sweaters. So now it's like, damn, I'm back. Oh, I'm gonna have to dig for that coat and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? You get wiser, you get older, you get more knowledge, more understanding. You start understanding what your parents were talking to you about. All of a sudden, your perspective changes. You start thinking differently. You start getting more spiritual. I don't, and it's a good thing, right? Because the older you get, the wiser you get. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. And that being said, man, you know what I'm saying? I just remember that story. That story just came to me because I was thinking of wow, older, wiser understanding. And then that story always stays in my head. So now when it's like under 62, 63 degrees, I feel it. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh, dad was right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't bust out the scarf, but I definitely had the hoodie on. But yeah, so this episode was just pretty much just touching base on a year, on a year where my eyes were opened. And I'm forever grateful for that. My eyes were opened. I was able to support the cause. I was and continue to do so. Um, I continue to listen to stupidity. Like for example, fucking we continue to give billions and billions of dollars and ammunition and this, that, and the other, while over here our country is just going to hell because but we continue to give money. You know what I'm saying? Western North Carolina, a couple of weeks back with the tropical storm and hurricane coming by and whatever the case is, and they're battling trying to get money, and they'd be like, oh, I don't know if FEMA this and FEMA that, but yet we still give taxpayer money to a genocide. And it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me, man. Imagine, just imagine, man. Because sometimes all we got to do is imagine if we would stop all the bullshit, right? Stop giving money to dumb shit. And just take care of our own, take care of our people, take care of our country, take care of this place here where you work hard and bust your ass for it, or for a piece of land or this, that, and the other. And how different shit would be, right? Man, you can only imagine. But nah. One person was like, yo, what, going back to like the voting and stuff like that, and be like, somebody the other day just told me, damn, this is it right here? Trump and Harris? So we got? I don't know. That's that's what it is. That's what's on the menu. You know what I mean? Funny thing is, like when I see people with a Trump, like I don't give a fuck who you vote for, whatever. That's on you, man. Whatever. You have your thoughts. You're a grown person. Do your thing. But my whole thing is when I see a Trump thing, right? Especially like when a guy or a woman, it doesn't matter, both. My question was like, if I was to run up to you and grab you by the crotch, would that be cool? Or would you just punch me in the face? That's the thought that comes into my head. If I was just to grab you by the crotch, just walk up to you, would you be like, yo, that's my dude? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Just random thoughts Skeen be having in his head. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, um, just random thoughts. But yeah, 1 year ago, like I said, my eyes were open, and I appreciate that so much. The atrocities and the genocide continue. It's spreading because now Libya, is it Libya? I hope I'm getting it right. Hi, Ish. I wish you were here. And Iran and all that, and yeah, man, and it's just sad, man. It's just sad. Hopefully, it doesn't continue and get bigger and bigger and bigger. That it sucks everybody in, and more atrocities globally and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I always think about the end of times and stuff, and I'm saying, or here's another thought before I get up out of here, right? Sometimes when I be watching these historical shows that I be watching and stuff like that, there's always a moment in those historical, is it a movie or a show that you're watching that somebody has the dialogue of, these are crazy times. It doesn't matter if you're watching a show that's biblical or something in the Middle Ages or Renaissance or something. They always have that line. Times are changing. That's another one, which is true. Crazy times. When the fuck is the craziness gonna stop? Because it's been crazy. It doesn't matter, right? The crazy just get crazy. It's just still crazy. Don't matter. Crazy times we live in. I don't know. But hopefully this year, from the time that we recorded Free Palestine to now, hopefully we brought something to the table. I know my homegirl Ish definitely brought something to the table when it came to opening my eyes, like I said. But hopefully she was able to open other people's eyes. Hopefully we were able to, use our platform to give a different perspective. Sometimes to voice anger, to voice tears, to voice pain, love, understanding, community. Hopefully we done some of that. If we touch somebody's heart, then mission accomplished. And that's all we try to do on a weekly basis. I know some of the shows in the last couple of weeks have been throwback shows or remixes, like we call them. But it was just putting those out there just to reconnect, reconnect. Just in case maybe you miss one, because before we used to be audio. Hopefully, now we've been so video, and you get to watch. Well, how the kids do it, Riz. I got to stay up with the kids, right? But hopefully we gave you perspective as well. When I do this show solo, it's not going to be an hour long. Hopefully it'll be 15 to 30 minutes. You could get on with your life. I could get on with mine. But yeah, man, I'm so thankful for this past year. Been so thankful for the experiences, because that's what life is all about. It's about experiences, right? And hopefully we helped someone out there, give you a different perspective, a different view. We'll continue to do what we do here at Talking at Ish and Skeen. Thank you for your support. We appreciate it. There was one more country that came along. I'm still trying to figure it out because I saw it went from 46 to 47 countries. So we thank you so much. Hopefully you don't get tired of this voice. I know I'm not. Makes no sense, but it makes sense to me. But thank you so much. We appreciate it all over the world, from coast to coast. Thank you so much. Stay blessed out there. Take care of each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Peace.
Talking at Ish and Skeen.
Show you right.